Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for taking the time to invest in yourselves today. It is not by accident that you're here. You're here because, deep down, you know that something needs to change. You've felt that nagging voice inside your head telling you you're not enough, telling you that you're not capable. But I'm here to tell you, those thoughts, that voice, is not the truth. It's time to silence the doubt, to build the worth you've always had within you, and to begin a journey that will change your life. Self-doubt is something that touches every one of us. It's an emotion that knows no boundaries, no matter where you come from, what you do, or how successful you've become. The quietest soul, the most confident leader, they all face it. It's not a reflection of your abilities or your worth. It's simply part of the human condition. What's important, what truly matters, is not that we feel self-doubt, but how we respond to it when it shows up at our door. The most successful individuals didn't escape doubt. They learned to live with it. They discovered that self-doubt is just a part of the process, and with the right mindset, it could be conquered. If you've ever felt the grip of self-doubt, you're not alone. Every successful person, every person you admire has felt it. What sets them apart isn't that they never doubted themselves. No, what separates them is how they handled it. The people who thrive in this world aren't immune to fear or doubt. They just refuse to let it stop them. They've made a choice. No matter how strong the voice of doubt is in their mind, they choose to keep moving forward. They've learned that their doubts don't define their potential. Think about the last time you doubted yourself. Maybe you didn't feel qualified for a job you wanted, or perhaps you thought your dream was too big to achieve. Maybe you asked yourself, who am I to think I can succeed at this? That's the self-doubt creeping in. But now ask yourself, how did you respond to it? Did you let it paralyze you, or did you push through it? We are all capable of pushing through that moment of doubt. It's uncomfortable, yes. It feels vulnerable and uncertain. But on the other side of that discomfort is growth. On the other side is the version of you who knows what it's like to stand in the face of fear, stare it down, and move ahead anyway. Self-doubt doesn't last forever. It's like a cloud. It may linger for a while, but it will eventually pass. The key is to keep moving, even when you don't feel ready. Even when that nagging voice in your head says you're not good enough. The people who succeed in life aren't the ones who never feel doubt. They're the ones who keep going even in the midst of it. They take action anyway. They keep their vision clear, and they refuse to let temporary uncertainty steer them off course. Think of the greatest leaders, the trailblazers, the ones who achieve what others thought impossible. They all had moments of doubt, but here's the thing. They didn't let those moments define them. They recognized that self-doubt as just a feeling, not a fact. They knew that doubt doesn't have the power to stop them unless they let it. And so, they kept moving, they kept fighting, and they kept believing in themselves. You may not be able to control the moments when doubt creeps in, but you can control how you respond. You can choose to face it, acknowledge it, and move beyond it. The fact that you feel doubt means you're on the right path. It means you're challenging yourself, you're growing, and you're reaching for something greater than what you have right now. That's where greatness lies, on the other side of your doubt. Self-doubt is a lie. It's a lie that whispers in your ear, telling you that you're not enough, that your dreams are too big, that you're not capable of achieving what you truly desire. But I want you to understand something. Self-doubt is nothing more than a fabrication, a story created by your fears, your insecurities, and your past failures. It has no basis in reality. It is not the truth, and it certainly does not define you. Let's think about that for a moment. Why do we believe self-doubt? Why do we allow it to take up space in our minds and hearts? The truth is, self-doubt doesn't come from the outside world. It doesn't come from the people around us or from the circumstances we face. It comes from within, from the part of ourselves that's afraid, that feels unworthy, or that questions our ability. But that voice you hear, the voice that tells you that you can't do it, that you'll never succeed, is a lie. It's a lie built on fear and uncertainty, not on truth or facts. You were born with a unique set of gifts. There is something about you, something special, that only you can contribute to the world. It might not always feel clear, and it might not always be easy to see, but your purpose is inside you, waiting to be realized. The dreams you have, the goals you aspire to, they are not there by accident. They are there because you have the ability to achieve them. But self-doubt clouds your vision, making you believe that you are not capable. that your dreams are too far out of reach. Here's the truth that you need to embrace. You are capable. You are enough. You have everything you need within you to accomplish the things you've dreamed of. Every time you hear that voice of self-doubt, remember, it's not speaking the truth, it's speaking the language of fear. And fear is always a liar. It will tell you that you can't, but deep down, you know that you can. Think about the times in your life when you've succeeded, when you've accomplished something you once thought impossible. Did self-doubt try to stop you then? Of course it did. It always does. But you pushed past it. You made the decision that you would not be controlled by those negative thoughts. You believed in yourself and you achieved what you set out to do. You've done it before and you can do it again. The problem with self-doubt is that it doesn't just stay in your mind. It influences your actions. When you believe the lie that you're not good enough, you start holding back. You start second-guessing yourself. You stop taking the bold steps that are required to make your dreams a reality. But you have to recognize this. You are not your doubts. Your doubts are not who you are. They are merely thoughts, and they don't have the power to stop you unless you let them. It's time to let go of that lie. It's time to stop letting fear dictate your actions. The truth is that you are worthy of everything you desire. You are more than enough. You have unique gifts that the world needs. The only thing standing between you and your dreams is the lie of self-doubt. So the next time it tries to creep in, remember, it's not the truth, it's just a lie. And you are destined for greatness. The journey to overcoming self-doubt begins with one simple but powerful practice: self-awareness. This is where it all starts. You have to take a step back and look at your thoughts, your behaviors, the way you speak to yourself. We all have moments when doubt creeps in, when fear starts to take over, and we begin to question our abilities. But the first step in reclaiming your power is recognizing those moments, not letting them define you, and choosing to challenge them. When doubt begins to surface, ask yourself, is this thought really based on evidence, or is it simply a fear that I'm carrying with me? Often we allow our fears to speak louder than the facts. We listen to the voice that tells us we're not enough, that we'll never succeed, and we accept it as the truth without questioning it. But the truth is, those thoughts are often just shadows of fear, shaped by past experiences or imagined failures. They don't represent your reality. They don't represent who you truly are or what you're truly capable of achieving. When you become self-aware, you begin to separate yourself from the doubts that try to define you. You realize that those moments of uncertainty are not your truth. They are merely temporary feelings. And when you challenge those feelings, you start to see things for what they really are. You see that you have the strength, the skill, and the resilience to move past them. Self-awareness isn't just about noticing when doubt arises. It's about taking action in those moments. It's about creating a new habit, a new pattern of thinking. Instead of allowing those negative thoughts to control you, you take control of them. You recognize that self-doubt is not a reflection of your worth. It's a reflection of fear, and fear can be overcome. Think about it. How often do we accept negative thoughts as fact? How often do we let those doubts dictate our actions, stop us from taking that first step, or keep us stuck in a cycle of inaction? What if, instead of accepting the fear, you challenged it every single time? What if each time doubt entered your mind, you asked yourself, is this thought true? Is this really who I am? Self-awareness is powerful because it puts you back in control. It helps you realize that you are not the sum of your doubts or your fears. You are so much more than that. You are the product of your actions, your choices, and your willingness to keep going in the face of adversity. Every time you stop and reflect, every time you challenge those doubts, you move one step closer to the person you were meant to become. When you begin to embrace the power of self-awareness, you break free from the chains of doubt. You stop letting fear drive your decisions, and instead you start moving from a place of clarity and confidence. You learn that you are not defined by your doubts, but by your ability to rise above them, to challenge them, and to step forward in the direction of your dreams. It's through this practice of self-awareness that you will find your true power. And once you find that, there's nothing that can hold you back. We all have weaknesses. It's a part of being human. It's natural to focus on the things we're not good at, to obsess over the areas where we feel lacking, and to compare ourselves to others who seem to have it all figured out. But here's the truth. If you want to overcome self-doubt, you need to make a powerful shift in your focus. You see, self-doubt thrives when we focus on what's wrong with us, when we concentrate on what we don't have or can't do. But the key to building self-worth and stepping into your full potential is to shift your focus from what you lack to what you have. Instead of magnifying your weaknesses, focus on your strengths. Take a moment to truly reflect on what you're good at. What comes naturally to you? What do you excel in, even when others may struggle? What are the things that light you up, that make you feel alive and confident? These are the things that define you, not the areas where you're still growing. When you shift your attention to your strengths, something powerful happens. You begin to build the foundation of your self-worth. You start seeing yourself as someone capable, someone strong, someone worthy of success. Think about it for a moment. When you're constantly thinking about your weaknesses, you're feeding the doubt. You're reinforcing the idea that you're not good enough, not strong enough, not capable of reaching your goals. But when you start focusing on what you do well, you begin to see the potential that's already within you. You start to realize that the areas where you excel are the keys to your success. The more you focus on these strengths, the more your self-doubt starts to fade away. We all have areas in our lives where we can improve. That's a given. But improvement doesn't happen by obsessing over your weaknesses. It happens by leveraging your strengths. When you focus on what you're good at, you create momentum, you build confidence, and you reinforce the belief that you can succeed. Instead of feeling discouraged by what you can't do, imagine for a moment how different your life would look if you dedicated your energy to growing your strengths, instead of getting caught in the trap of comparing yourself to others or worrying about your shortcomings. What if, instead of focusing on where you're falling short, you celebrated your unique talents, abilities, and gifts? What if you gave yourself permission to nurture the things that come naturally to you, to feed them, to develop them to their fullest potential? When you shift your focus to your strengths, you begin to shine. You start to see your own potential, and that shifts everything. Your self-doubt begins to fade because you're no longer living in the shadow of what you can't do. You're living in the light of what you can do, what you already excel at. Celebrate your strengths, nurture them, let them shine. When you do, you'll find that self-doubt has no place in your life. It's replaced by the belief that you have everything you need within you to succeed. You are capable, you are strong, you are enough. And when you focus on what you do best, you'll realize just how true that is. Taking responsibility for your life is one of the most empowering decisions you can ever make. It is the moment you decide that you are the creator of your own destiny, that the power to shape your future lies within your hands. When you take full responsibility for where you are, who you are, and what you have achieved or not achieved, you begin to understand something truly powerful. Self-doubt starts to lose its grip. Too often we allow ourselves to believe that external circumstances, other people, or our past mistakes are the reasons we're not where we want to be. We point fingers at the economy, at the people who held us back, at the opportunities we missed. But the truth is, when you shift your mindset and accept full responsibility, all of that changes. You realize that where you are today is a direct result of the decisions you've made, the actions you've taken or failed to take, and the mindset you've held. This is not to say that life doesn't present challenges. Of course it does. But when you take responsibility for your life, you stop looking for excuses or places to blame. Instead, you start looking for solutions. You start looking for the power you have within you to make changes, to move forward, and to create the future you want. The moment you take full responsibility for your life, something incredible happens. You regain control. No longer are you at the mercy of circumstances or people. You are the captain of your ship. You have the power to choose your direction, and no amount of self-doubt can stand in the way of that. When you feel in control of your life, doubt begins to fade. Think about it. How can doubt hold you back when you know you have the power to take action? How can fear stop you when you know that the choices you make today will create the life you desire tomorrow? The truth is, doubt thrives in uncertainty. It grows when we feel helpless or when we feel that we have no control over our lives. But when you take responsibility for your actions, your future, and your dreams, you take away doubt's power. It has nowhere to hide because you are now in charge. Taking responsibility means accepting that you are the one who shapes your path. It means understanding that if you're not where you want to be, the only person who can change that is you. It means letting go of excuses and stepping into your full potential. It means realizing that the life you've always wanted isn't something that happens to you, it's something you create. When you fully embrace responsibility, you unlock an inner strength you didn't know you had. You stop looking to others to solve your problems or give you permission to succeed. Instead, you take decisive action, you set your goals, and you do whatever it takes to achieve them. And with that responsibility comes an incredible sense of empowerment. You now understand that nothing can stop you because you are the one who holds the keys to your future. So take responsibility, own your journey, take control, and watch how self-doubt starts to disappear, replaced by a deep, unwavering confidence that comes from knowing you are the one in charge of your life. We all have an inner dialogue. It's the constant conversation that goes on in our minds, shaping how we see ourselves and how we approach the world around us. But here's the problem. For many of us, that inner dialogue is negative. It's filled with limiting beliefs, harsh judgments, and thoughts that tell us we're not good enough. How often do you catch yourself thinking, I can't do this, or I'm not smart enough? These thoughts, though subtle, are powerful. They're the fuel that powers self-doubt, and if you let them continue, they will keep you trapped in a cycle of fear, insecurity, and inaction. But here's the good news. You have the power to break that cycle. The moment you recognize negative self-talk creeping in, you have a choice. You can either let it continue to dominate your thoughts, or you can stop it in its tracks. And when you make the conscious decision to stop, you open up the possibility of reframing the narrative. Instead of saying, I can't, say, I will find a way. Instead of thinking, I'm not good enough, remind yourself, I am enough, and I am capable of learning and growing. This simple shift in how you speak to yourself can change everything. It's like turning off the negative noise and tuning into a more empowering frequency. You see, negative self-talk is not only untrue, it's also unhelpful. It holds you back, keeps you stuck, and prevents you from taking the bold steps needed to move forward. When you tell yourself, I can't, you're closing the door to possibility. But when you say, I will find a way, you're opening up a world of opportunities. Suddenly, the obstacles don't seem as big, and the challenges don't feel as insurmountable. You're telling yourself that you're resourceful, that you have the strength to figure things out, and that no matter what, you will keep moving forward. The way you speak to yourself directly influences the way you approach life. If you're constantly telling yourself you're not good enough, that you can't do something, or that you'll never be successful, you are reinforcing the belief that you are powerless. But when you change the way you talk to yourself, you begin to rewire your brain. You begin to believe in your potential. You start seeing opportunities where you once saw roadblocks. And most importantly, you begin to act with confidence and courage, knowing that you are capable of achieving what you set out to do. Breaking the cycle of negative self-talk isn't always easy. It takes practice. But every time you catch yourself in a negative thought, you have the chance to change it. You have the chance to reframe it, to flip the script, and to remind yourself of the power you hold. Each time you shift from I can't to I will, you build more confidence. Each time you replace I'm not good enough with I am enough, you break free from the chains of doubt. The more you do this, the more you'll realize that your thoughts shape your reality. If you want to change your life, start by changing the way you talk to yourself. Make that simple shift and watch how your mindset transforms. The moment you break the cycle of negative self-talk, you'll find that self-doubt has no power over you. You'll start living from a place of belief in yourself, and that's when everything begins to change. Overcoming self-doubt isn't about making one giant leap forward. It's about the small, consistent steps you take each day. It's easy to look at the big picture and feel overwhelmed. You have these big dreams, these grand visions, and when you stand at the starting line, it can seem like an impossible journey. You might think to yourself, I'm not ready for that, or I'm not good enough to achieve that. But here's the truth. It's not the size of the step that matters most. It's the consistency with which you take those steps that will get you where you want to go. You don't have to have it all figured out right now. You don't have to have all the answers, or the perfect plan, or the confidence of a seasoned pro. What you need is the courage to take that first small step, and then the second, and the third, and the 100th. Each step you take brings you closer to your goal, no matter how small it may seem in the moment. Every action, no matter how tiny, is a victory. Each one is a testament to your commitment and your belief in yourself. If you're waiting for the perfect moment to start, you might wait forever. But if you start with what you have right now, you'll be amazed at how quickly momentum builds. The key is to set small, achievable goals that will move you forward. It's easy to get caught up in the enormity of your dreams and think that they're too far out of reach. But when you break them down into manageable, bite-sized pieces, they become much more achievable. These small steps might not feel like much at first, but they add up quickly. Think about it. If you took just one small step every day, at the end of the year, you would have taken 365 steps forward. That's 365 chances to grow, to improve, to build confidence. And with every step, your self-doubt starts to shrink and your belief in yourself grows stronger. The more you move, the more momentum you gain. The more momentum you gain, the more confidence you build. And the more confidence you build, the more you start to see that your dreams are not as far out of reach as you once thought. Remember, self-doubt thrives when we remain stagnant. It feeds on our fears and inaction. But when we take consistent steps, no matter how small, we begin to silence that voice of doubt. We begin to replace fear with faith, uncertainty with clarity. The simple act of moving forward, even just a little bit each day, sends a powerful message to yourself. I am capable. I am worthy. I am taking control of my future. Don't wait for the perfect moment or the perfect conditions. Just start. Take action and watch how your doubt shrinks and your dreams begin to unfold before you. You don't have to face your struggles alone. In fact, you shouldn't. The journey toward overcoming self-doubt and building self-worth is not one you're meant to travel in isolation. The truth is, the people you surround yourself with have a profound impact on how you see yourself and the progress you make. When you're constantly surrounded by negativity, criticism, or people who don't believe in your potential, your self-worth starts to erode. But when you choose to surround yourself with people who lift you up, who genuinely believe in you and who encourage you to chase your dreams, everything changes. Look at the people in your life right now. Are they the kind of people who fuel your ambition or the kind who keep you tethered to your doubts and fears? It's essential to be selective about the energy you allow into your life. Seek out those who believe in you, especially when you can't believe in yourself. These are the people who will be there when your confidence falters, the ones who remind you of your potential, even when self-doubt is screaming in your ear. I want you to think about the people who encourage you to reach higher, to push further, to take risks. They are the ones who make you feel like you can do more, be more, and become more. They don't just see the potential in you, they actively challenge you to step into it. And that's exactly the kind of support you need to overcome self-doubt. When you're surrounded by people who challenge you in a positive way, they inspire you to stretch your limits, to grow beyond your comfort zone, and to rise to the occasion. They bring out the best in you, and they help you see the greatness that you sometimes can't see in yourself. But it's not just about surrounding yourself with positive people. It's also about being intentional in who you spend your time with. Spend time with those who are also striving for greatness, those who are working on their own goals and dreams. Their ambition and drive will rub off on you, motivating you to keep pushing forward, even on the tough days. When you're surrounded by people who have a growth mindset, who are focused on improvement and moving forward, you can't help but be inspired to do the same. Now, I'm not saying that there won't be times when you'll face challenges or moments of doubt. We all have them. But when you're surrounded by the right people, people who are supportive, uplifting, and encouraging, you'll find that those moments of doubt don't hold as much power over you. Instead of retreating into fear or isolation, you'll turn to your support system, and they'll remind you of your strength, your worth, and your potential. Remember, self-doubt thrives in isolation. But when you surround yourself with people who encourage you to be the best version of yourself, self-doubt fades into the background. So, seek out those who believe in you, challenge you, and push you to grow. Because when you're surrounded by the right people, you'll find that your confidence grows, your self-worth expands, and your dreams become more attainable than ever before. One of the most powerful tools we have to combat self-doubt is something we all have the ability to do: visualize our success. It might sound simple, but don't underestimate the power of this practice. Take a moment right now, close your eyes, and picture yourself in the future, successful, accomplished, and living the life you've always dreamed of. See yourself taking that bold step, overcoming that challenge, and achieving that goal. Next time, whether you're playing it safe or whether you're playing it large, Decide to have fun with this moment. Can you feel it? The pride of accomplishment, the sense of fulfillment, the joy that comes from knowing you did it. That feeling, that vivid picture in your mind is not just a fleeting moment of fantasy. It's a powerful force that shapes your reality. Visualization is more than just daydreaming. It's about conditioning your mind to believe in what's possible. The more you visualize your success, the more you're telling yourself that success isn't just a dream, it's inevitable. Every time you close your eyes and imagine your success, you reinforce the belief that you are capable, that you are deserving, and that you have the ability to make it happen. Success reinforces belief, and you have to clean up the mess that maybe you thought you were making. Your mind begins to see the path more clearly, and your subconscious starts to work in your favor, guiding you toward that vision. But visualization does more than just build belief. It also builds confidence. When you see yourself succeeding in your mind, you begin to feel like you can actually do it. You start to feel worthy of your dreams. And that feeling of worthiness is what drives you to take the necessary steps to make those dreams a reality. When you're filled with self-doubt, it's easy to feel like success is out of reach. But when you visualize it, you're putting that success within your grasp. You're programming your mind to believe that it's not just possible, but inevitable. This practice is especially powerful because it taps into the law of attraction. What you focus on expands. When you focus on your success, when you see it, feel it, and believe in it, your actions start to align with that vision. You begin to make decisions that support your success. You start to take actions that bring you closer to your goals. And when doubt creeps in, you can return to that vision, reminding yourself that you've already succeeded in your mind and that success is simply a matter of time. But visualization is not a one-time thing. It's something you must practice consistently. Every day, take time to close your eyes and see your success. Picture yourself overcoming obstacles, handling challenges, and moving toward your goals with confidence. The more you do this, the more your belief in your ability to succeed grows, and the more your self-doubt fades away. So, whenever you find yourself battling self-doubt, take a moment to visualize your success. See it, feel it, and let it fill you with confidence. Your dreams are not as far out of reach as they may seem. They are already within you, waiting for you to step into them. Visualize your success and watch as your mind starts to believe in your worth and your potential, pushing you closer to the life you deserve. The most crucial step in overcoming self-doubt and truly building your self-worth is believing. Believing with every fiber of your being that you are worthy. You are worthy of success. You are worthy of love. You are worthy of happiness. And you are worthy of everything you desire. This is not something that is up for debate. Not something that depends on your circumstances or past mistakes. The fact that you are alive, that you have dreams and desires, means you are worthy of everything you wish for. But let me tell you something that many people fail to grasp. Belief alone is never enough. Belief is the foundation, but without action, it's nothing more than a wish. Action is what turns belief into reality. You see, you can believe all day long that you deserve success, but if you don't take the steps to move toward it, that belief will never translate into anything tangible. It's like having a map to your dream destination, but never leaving your driveway. You must act, and act with consistency, with conviction, with relentless pursuit of the life you know you're meant to live. When fear and doubt arise, as they inevitably will, you must push forward anyway. This is where most people get stuck. They wait for the perfect moment, the right circumstances, or for their fear to subside. But the truth is, fear will always be there. Self-doubt will always show up. But you can't let it hold you back. You must choose to take action despite the fear, despite the doubt. It's in those moments of uncertainty that you prove to yourself that you are capable. You prove to yourself that your worth is not tied to perfection or the absence of fear, but to your courage in moving forward, no matter what. Each action you take toward your goals, no matter how small it may seem, is a declaration to the universe that you believe in your worth. It's a declaration to yourself that you are worthy of the life you desire. The more you take action, the more you build your self-worth. Every step you take builds your confidence. Every challenge you face, every obstacle you overcome, reinforces your belief in your own capabilities. And as you build that belief, you start to see the world differently. You begin to see yourself differently. Self-doubt, once a dominating force, starts to lose its grip on you. It fades into the background as your belief in yourself and your actions speak louder than any negative thought. This is the beauty of taking action. It not only moves you closer to your goals, it changes the way you see yourself. It transforms doubt into certainty. It turns fear into fuel. Every action you take is evidence that you are worthy, and as you accumulate those small wins, you begin to realize something powerful. Self-doubt no longer has a place in your life. You have proven to yourself time and time again that you are capable, that you are worthy, and that you can achieve anything you set your mind to. So believe in your worth. But don't stop there. Take action. Relentlessly pursue your dreams, step by step, and watch how your self-worth grows with every move you make. As you take action, you will become the living proof that self-doubt has no place in the life of someone who knows their worth. And with each step, you'll find that nothing can stop you. Self-doubt is not your enemy. It is simply a challenge to be overcome. Every moment you spend overcoming doubt is a moment you are building the person you are meant to be. Remember, you were born with the potential to achieve greatness. Don't let doubt rob you of your destiny. Embrace your worth, take responsibility, and begin the journey of creating the life you've always dreamed of. You are enough. You always have been. And now it's time to step into that truth. The path to overcoming self-doubt and building self-worth is not easy, but it is worth it. Every day, remind yourself that you are capable, you are strong, and you have everything you need to succeed. The world is waiting for you to show up as the best version of yourself. Go out there and prove to yourself just how much you're worth.